I'm going to retest this ice box, but instead of using water, I'm using these Tundra series Arctic ice. They freeze at 5 degrees above zero instead of 32. So let's see what our start temperature is here. 60.3, 60.4. Okay. So I'm going to put them in like that. Close the top down, and we'll go as far as we can until it gets above 48 degrees, assuming it even gets below 48, because above 48 I don't think it's viable. We're now at hour 1. 23.7, 46.0. We're now at hour 2. 25.5, 43.7. This is hour 3. 28.2, 44.1. This is hour 4. 30.4, 44.8. We're now at hour 5. 32.5, 47.7. It's almost a 48. This is going to be hour 6, and I got a feeling it's the last, because the last lower section was 47.7, and I am arbitrarily going to cut it at 48 because that's too warm. I got 34.7, 48.4. So with that 48.4, that's too warm. So obviously 20 pounds of ice equivalent isn't going to work. I'm going to put a third one in, which will give us 30 pounds, and we'll run the test again. So this time we're going to use 3 of the 10-pound blocks of synthetic ice. So the initial temperature is 62.4, 59.9. So just like before, we're going to use the same Tundra series. We're going to put 3 in. 1, there's 2, and there is 3. It's now hour 1 of the 3-block test. 22.8, 43.7. This is going to be hour 2. 22.1, 41.9. This is hour 3. 20.7, 40.3. We're now up to hour 4. 23.2. 41.7. We're now at hour 5. 22.6. 42.4. This is hour 6. 24.6. 43.0. This is now hour 7. 28.4. 44.6. We're going into the 8th hour. 30.0. 45.3. Hour 9. 31.5. 46.9. This is hour 10. 33.3. 48 even. So that's the end of the test. For the 11th hour, one thing I did was I opened it up and I took the one that was here and I put it over here and swapped them, and that made a difference of, it dropped it from 33.3 up here down to 25.7. The lower, it dropped it from 48 to 45.3. So it looks like if you swap, it tends to get cool again. Now I did this out of order. I did 2 blocks and then 4 blocks, and I discovered with the 4 blocks that you'll see later on in the video that this side stays colder than that side. So I'm thinking that you may very well be able to run this a full 12 hours if you swap the blocks. Okay, this is hour 12 after I shifted the ice blocks around. 26.8. 46.9. We're at 62.6 and 62.4. The difference this time is we're going to load this up with 4 of these 10-pound ice equivalent. So that's the maximum this is going to be able to take, is 40 pounds. So we'll do like we've done before, and in every hour we'll check it. This is the first hour after putting in the 40 pounds of ice equivalent. 24.8. 46 even. This is now hour 2. 22.5. 42.6. Hour 3. 21.6. 42.3. We're now up to hour 4. $23.4, 41.7. This is now hour 5. $24.3, 42.4. This is hour 6. $25.0. We got a slight warm up. 42.4. This is now hour 7. $27.3. 43.7. We're now 8 hours in. Let's see what we're doing. $28 even. 44.2. This is hour 9. See if we still continue our upward trend in heat. $30.2, 44.8. We're now at hour 10. $31.1. I don't know. A little bit of liquid, partially solid. So we got 31.1, 45.7. It's hour 11. We're getting near the end of the 12-hour test. 31.8. 45.9. So this is hour 12. This is going to be the end of the test. I have 32.9. 46.9. So after 12 hours, there's nothing frozen. What about one of the middle ones? The center, yes, there is a little bit of frozen. Not much, but there's a little. Last one. That's quite a bit. That was way over on the far left side. I'd say that's about half thawed. You can see the frost. That's interesting that the left side, why? Oh, okay. The reason is the right side is where the cold air goes down, the left side is where the hot air comes up. And it's coming up over the top, so it's never really touching this one. It's coming right over the top of it. Bring you in here and you can see. Okay, so down here, that is where the cold air goes down. Over here, that's where the hot air comes up, But right there, that's sealed. So the hot air from below is coming up and right over the top. And that's probably why that one is still frozen. Now maybe at the 6 or 8 hour mark, if I'd have rotated them, but if it was a block of ice, you'd never rotate. So I'm going to take a look at the chart and see how things panned out for the 12 hours. Now here I'm overlaying the 3 block graph over the 4 block graph. The 3 block is gray, and you'll notice that the cooling down progression between the 3 blocks and the 4 blocks, it's pretty much the same until you hit the 10-hour mark where I rotated the blocks, and that cooled it down considerable. But otherwise, it's pretty much following. So that says to me that that particular icebox, 3 10-pound blocks, is about as efficient as 4. It depends on how you place the blocks. The airflow seems to be more important than the number of blocks. That there probably wasn't enough airflow with the 4 blocks, and there is more with the 3. So the next thing that I'm going to check is turning the 3 blocks sideways so that the warm air can come up and go down the side of the blocks, and then go down, once it's cooled, it'll go down the slot. And maybe that will make the 3 blocks more efficient in the 10 to 12 hour range without having to rotate the blocks. Well, since I noticed that this thing is very sensitive to airflow, what I thought I'd do is I would put them in this way so that you've got airflow from the warm air here going down and the cold air going out that way. Just to see if it made any difference. That you've got a little bit of airflow going between them. Get that over. Alright, so let's try that. So in this overlay, the gray is the 3 blocks sideways, and the colored is the original 3 block test. So as you can see, it really didn't make any difference. I thought it would, and I stopped it at hour 11 because it was above 48 degrees. So at this point, I'm about done testing. I gotta believe that the people back in the day were right, that these little ice boxes, unless you load them up with 50 pounds of block ice, you're not going to get it cold enough to at least go 12 hours.